Something is building beneath the surface. Not loud, not obvious, but unstoppable. You can feel it in the way time seems to slip faster through your fingers, in the way your mind drifts when it used to stay sharp, in the way your emotions crash against you without warning. It's not random, it's not stress. It's not just life being busy, it's the signal. A new frequency is weaving itself through the edges of reality. And no, it's not waiting for permission. It's already moving. Most will miss it. They'll explain it away as bad moods, weird dreams, exhaustion. They'll try to keep moving like nothing is happening. But those who are listening, those who have been feeling the hum behind their ribs, know that this isn't imagination. It's real, and it's close. This is not a moment for spectators. It's a turning point, a doorway between the self you've been forced to be and the self you were always meant to become. The current isn't coming someday. It's already rising, silently, inevitably. And soon, the choice will be clear. Stay anchored in the patterns that are dissolving, or rise into the unknown. There will be no perfect timing. There will be no obvious signs, only the knowing that if you don't move now, the wave will move without you. This is your warning. This is your chance. And it's closer than you think. The universe doesn't always roar its changes into existence. Sometimes it whispers. Right now, a whisper is growing into a wave. Above and below, unseen currents are reshaping the very architecture of reality. It's happening in the celestial alignments, planets pivoting into rare, tense formations. It's happening in the Earth's magnetic field, pulses of energy that scientists still struggle to explain. And it's happening within you. The pull, the push, the rising friction between what you've known and what you can no longer deny. This is not chaos. It's recalibration. We are stepping into a zone of alignment so rare, so delicate, that every unresolved truth inside of you is being called to the surface. Not for punishment, for purification. There is no hiding from it, no masking your energy, no distracting yourself enough to outrun the pull. It's in the way your dreams grow heavier, more symbolic. It's in the conversations that seem to collapse under their own weight. It's in the way your body rebels against old rhythms that no longer fit. This is the nature of profound cosmic movements. They do not beg for your attention. They command your participation. Spiritually, this period is known as a gate of convergence. It's when past decisions echo forward and future timelines collapse inward, offering a singular window, a fleeting chance to rewrite the agreements you didn't even realize you made. And make no mistake, you agreed to things, ways of living, ways of doubting, ways of shrinking yourself into forms the world could digest. But now the energy demands a different signature from you. It asks, will you continue dragging the weight of expired identities? Will you keep pledging loyalty to the cycles that fracture your soul? Or will you surrender, finally, to the magnitude of who you were always meant to be? Because this moment, this convergence, does not repeat easily. It does not wait for comfort. It does not linger while you debate your worth. It moves. It initiates. It strips away everything not built on truth. And as it passes, those who chose to align will find themselves lifted, supported by forces greater than logic, carried into realities beyond the imagination of their former selves. And those who resist, they will not be punished. They will simply remain anchored to the slow collapse of timelines that no longer support life. There is no judgment here, only vibration, only resonance. You are either moving with the current of your highest self or being pulled down by the gravity of your old ones. The space between those two realities, it's getting thinner. Every hour, every breath, you feel it. And deep down, you already know. There is no staying the same anymore. You say you're ready for change. You say you're prepared for the next chapter. You say you're willing to evolve. But are you? Really? Because the energy moving toward you now, the invisible current tightening around your reality, is not interested in your surface-level affirmations. It's listening to your frequency. It's reading the truth written in your bones. It's feeling every vibration you send when no one else is watching. And it knows the difference between who you say you are and who you truly are. So let's ask the real questions. Not the polished ones. Not the ones you answer to sound wise. The ones that make your stomach drop when you hear them. What part of you is still pretending? Where are you saying, I'm fine, when your spirit is screaming otherwise? What dream are you clinging to, long after it stopped choosing you? What version of yourself have you outgrown, but still wear like armor? Where are you still negotiating your worth instead of living it? The current that's arriving doesn't reward politeness. It rewards alignment. And alignment means letting go of the roles that no longer fit, the stories you inherited, the timelines you agreed to out of fear, not freedom. It's brutal work, but it's sacred work. Because every time you cling to something that's trying to leave, an identity, a relationship, a dream, you slow your own evolution. You delay the life that's trying to reach you. The truth is, you cannot step into the future carrying the weight of your untruths. You cannot cross into a higher frequency while clutching the excuses that kept you small. You cannot pretend to awaken while secretly hoping nothing really changes. The energy knows. It always knows. And this window that's opening, this rare crack between worlds, is merciless with half-truths. It pulls them into the light. It magnifies the fracture lines. It forces you to feel where you've been living out of alignment for far too long. Not to shame you, but to free you. Because here's the secret. Freedom doesn't feel light at first. It feels like loss. Loss of certainty. Loss of belonging. Loss of the comfortable illusions that kept you tethered to a reality too small for your soul. It feels like grief. And that grief? It's holy. It's proof that you are finally ready to release the life you outgrew long ago. So ask yourself again, what have I been tolerating that drains my spirit? What version of safety have I confused with aliveness? Where have I made myself small just to be accepted? And most importantly, what would I choose if I truly believed my highest self was already waiting on the other side of this fear? Because it is, and it's tired of waiting. You are not meant to tiptoe through your own transformation. You are not meant to apologize for your expansion. You are not meant to water yourself down for the comfort of those still committed to sleeping. You are here to rise, fully, unapologetically, now. The frequency of this moment is demanding your whole self, not just the parts you're proud of. It's asking you to bring the scared parts, the ashamed parts, the uncertain parts, and to say, I choose truth anyway. Even if it's messy, even if it's inconvenient, even if it costs you everything you thought you needed to survive. Because what's waiting on the other side of this portal, this invisible threshold drawing closer with every heartbeat, is not just a better version of your current life. It's a life aligned with your highest destiny. But only if you're willing to let go. Only if you're willing to walk forward without dragging your past behind you like armor. Only if you're willing to answer the call that your soul has been whispering for longer than you even realize. The question is no longer, will you evolve? The question is, will you allow yourself to? Because evolution is here, and it's not waiting. There comes a moment when the waiting ends. Not because you have all the answers, not because the path suddenly becomes clear, but because the energy inside you outgrows the reasons you gave yourself for staying small. And you are at that moment now. The currents have shifted. The invitations have been sent. The doors have been unlocked. Now the choice is yours. Will you step through? Or will you stay pressed against the familiar walls of a life that no longer fits? Because let's be clear, there is no middle ground anymore. The tides pulling at you will not stop to make you comfortable. They will not slow down because you are afraid. They will not wait for your mind to catch up with what your soul already knows. You are being asked to move, to trust the unseen, to leap without guarantees, to act as if your freedom matters more than your fear. Because it does. This energy, the one quietly rearranging your inner world, isn't here to fix you. It's here to reveal you. The version of you that doesn't apologize for shining. The version of you that doesn't hesitate to speak your truth. The version of you that doesn't shrink to make others comfortable. The world needs that version of you now. You need that version of you now. And you won't find it by thinking harder, or by waiting longer, or by asking for one more sign. This is the sign. This is the moment. This is the line in the sand. You can keep clinging to what's familiar, the old roles, the old dreams, the old fears. You can convince yourself that one day you'll be ready, that someday will feel different, that the perfect time will appear with neon lights and a symphony of certainty. Or you can realize the truth. The only thing missing is your decision, not your preparation, not your perfection, your decision. The moment you choose yourself, your higher self, not the version molded by fear, the universe rushes to meet you. Doors open, paths unfold, support appears. But it starts with you. It starts with saying, I will not betray myself another day. I will not delay my destiny another moment. I will not shrink to fit spaces I was meant to outgrow. It won't feel easy. It won't feel safe. It will feel like standing at the edge of everything you thought you needed and daring to ask, what if there's more? And there is. More freedom, more depth, more truth, but only for those brave enough to claim it. You don't have to be fearless to step into it. You just have to be willing. Willing to move while your voice trembles. Willing to trust the unseen currents. Willing to honor your soul's pull more than your mind's panic. Because true transformation never comes dressed in certainty. It comes disguised as a risk, a question, a whisper that says leap and trust that the ground will rise to meet you. And when you do, you don't just change your life. You change your frequency. You change your future. You change your timeline. You become the version of you that the world has been waiting for. The energy is already shifting. The portal is already open. Choice is already here. All that's left is your answer. Not tomorrow, not someday, now. Because alignment isn't something you find later. Alignment is something you choose right now, even when it terrifies you. Especially then. And once you do, you'll wonder why you ever thought you had to wait. You don't align with your highest self by waiting for a miracle. You align by moving like you're already becoming. Change isn't some grand act reserved for perfect moments. It's built, choice by choice, breath by breath, day by day. If you want to anchor this shift into your reality, you must treat your daily life as sacred ground. Here's how to begin. 1. Begin with breath. Morning activation. Before you scroll, before you speak, before you let the outside world define your vibration, return to yourself. The moment you open your eyes, place a hand over your heart and breathe deeply 3 times. With each breath, whisper inwardly, I choose presence. I choose alignment. I choose expansion. Feel the words sink into your bloodstream. Don't rush. Don't negotiate. Claim your day before it claims you. 2. Create sacred interruptions during the day. Throughout your day, set small alarms or gentle reminders, not to check your phone, but to check your alignment. When the reminder sounds, pause and ask, am I operating from fear or from trust? Just that. No judgment. No drama. If you're in fear, breathe deeper. If you're in trust, move forward stronger. This builds energetic muscle memory, the kind that shifts timelines without you even realizing. 3. Move the body, move the energy. Physical alignment. Your body is not separate from your awakening. It is the vessel through which your new frequency will anchor. Treat it that way. Even 5 minutes of conscious movement, stretching, walking barefoot on the earth, dancing alone in your room, releases stagnation from your field. It reminds your cells, we are not frozen, we are flowing. And when your body flows, your energy follows. 4. Speak like your future self, vibrational language shift. Words aren't neutral, they are keys. Every word you speak either locks you into the old frequency or opens you to the new. Pay attention to the subtle spells you cast. Replace I'm stuck with I'm clearing. Replace I don't know with I'm discovering. Replace I'm overwhelmed with I'm expanding. Your reality bends around the words you choose to embody. Speak like someone who already knows the shift is happening inside them, because it is. 5. Honor the quiet, nightly closing ritual. Before you sleep, return to silence. No screens, no noise, just you and the stillness you once feared. In that silence, whisper, I release today with gratitude. I open to tomorrow with trust. Simple, sacred, enough. Let your dreams become portals, not prisons. Sleep as if your higher self is already building the foundation for the life you're stepping into. Because it is. 6. Hold space for discomfort, energetic fortitude. Expansion feels uncomfortable, not because you're doing it wrong, but because you're doing it right. When the old energies resist, when you feel stretched thin, when doubt tries to creep in, pause. Smile. Recognize it as a signpost. I am outgrowing my old frequency. And keep moving. No need for drama. No need for retreat. Just quiet, steady movement forward. Every time you choose this, you collapse timelines that no longer serve you. You accelerate your arrival into the life you've been sensing just beyond the horizon. This isn't about becoming someone new. It's about returning to who you were before the world taught you to be afraid. And that return happens one choice at a time, one breath at a time, one honest moment at a time. You don't have to rush it. You just have to respect it. Treat your life like a temple and watch how quickly the universe sends blessings to match your vibration. Because right now, you are building the foundation not just for survival, but for true sovereignty. It starts with the smallest choices, and it starts today. You made it. Not just through these words, but through everything that tried to convince you to stay asleep. You made it through the moments when fear was louder than faith. You made it through the days when the weight of the old timelines tried to pull you under. And now you are standing at the threshold. The energy has shifted. The portal is open. The current is moving. And you are awake enough to feel it. Do you realize how rare that is? In a world numbed by distraction, dulled by noise, hypnotized by fear, you heard the whisper beneath it all. You felt the pulse. You listened. And because of that, you are already part of a different timeline. A higher one, a freer one, a truer one that doesn't wait for external permission, one that doesn't ask for validation, one that knows your awakening changes everything, not just for you, but for everyone connected to you. Every time you choose to trust yourself, you ripple strength into the collective field. Every time you say yes to your higher path, you make it safer for others to do the same. Every time you embody truth over convenience, you send a silent signal: we are rising. So hear this now. You are not alone. There are others scattered across the world, hidden in ordinary lives, wrapped in invisible brilliance, who have also felt the shift, who are also moving, choosing, awakening. We are not waiting for the world to change. We are becoming the change. And in doing so, we are bending reality itself, timeline by timeline, choice by choice, breath by breath. You are part of a new wave, a luminous uprising of souls who refuse to sleepwalk through their existence anymore. This is real. This is now. This is yours. So if you feel it, if something in you is vibrating louder now, if your spirit is standing taller, if your heart is beating stronger, let it be known. Drop a comment below and write, "I'm moving with the shift," or simply, "I'm here." Anchor your intention. Mark your crossing. Declare your presence. Because even though awakening is deeply personal, it's also profoundly collective. The more we speak it, the more we amplify it. The more we embody it, the more we accelerate it. This isn't just about you. It's about us. A field of light spreading across the fabric of human consciousness. Not because someone allowed it, but because we chose it. Again and again and again. The old ways are crumbling. The old stories are fading. The old illusions are dissolving. And in their place, something ancient and radiant is returning. You. The real you. The free you. The luminous you. And now that you've heard the call, now that you've remembered your strength, there's no going back. Not because you're forced, but because you're ready. This is your moment. This is our moment. The shift is here. Let's move with it, together.